The Titans cut Julio Jones. He's a free agent. He has ties to Kyle Shanahan. Those two work magic together, like Hall and Oates or other duos who were good. Should the 49ers sign not Hall and Oates, Julio Jones?
Well, let me read this from July 7th, 2021. This was Shanahan talking about his worry about Julio going to NFC West rival the Los Angeles Rams. He says Julio would have helped everybody, but you know what it's doing to your organization for that year and years to come. That's a really risky thing, but man, if Sean's getting him, I'm going to risk that. Meaning he would go in and try to undercut that. I know that's how he thinks. That's how we all think. You've got to compete with your division first. He likes Julio Jones. He's also said many other great things about Julio, talked about how he's a game changer. Julio's one of a kind in his own stratosphere, basically, as a wide receiver. I think the 49ers are going to make a real serious run to get Julio, especially knowing what the cost is now. It's not going to be a lot at this stage of his career. I think the 49ers should sign Julio Jones. If they can get him for cheap, man, I say do it. Here's the thing, right? I don't think, like, I really like Jennings. And in fact, the players on the team like Jennings. You heard Fred Warner come out and say that Jennings is one of the best football players on the team. It's not that I want to push a player like that down the chart, but if Julio Jones is your third best option at this stage in his career, is that the worst thing in the world? This team does need more wide receivers. They should definitely go after him. Should they overpay for Julio? No. But should they try to sign him? Yeah, I think they should.
Yeah, try. Give him like a 1-year deal for like $2 million. I mean, I don't know. He played 10 games last year and 9 games a year before that. He's 33. I'm 34. I feel old as hell, Jesse. Honestly, my back hurts. This dude is 33. He's played 19 games the last 2 years. Yeah, for a certain price, for not phenomenal. Absolutely. Like if he wants to reunite with Kyle Shanahan, like they can like run on the beach and embrace in slow motion, like Rocky. You know what I'm saying? If they want to do that, then yeah, then absolutely. But no, he's a little old for me. And for the same reason, I was like, yo, Raheem Mostert, thanks, but no thanks. You gotta stop, wishing on a star that guys who get hurt will stop getting hurt. At least from the 49ers perspective. I think he'd be a great addition for any other team that doesn't have that history. But I'm not taking for granted the fact that the Niners injury issue wasn't as big last year. I would say, Julio, good luck. Good luck.
Here's the thing with Julio, and this is why I like the position, is if something happened to Julio, you still have Jennings, right? And I think that's a good spot to be in. I also look at it and say, I look at a team like the Packers and say, oh man, I don't want Julio playing opposite of Devontae Adams and trying to beat that team in the playoffs.
Good point.
If Julio is healthy with Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers, that's not a good thing to go against. So just little things that I look at, right?
I was going to say I'd rather get someone like Marquez Valdes-Scantling, but that's a guy who misses games too. Like he played 11 games last year. So, I mean, he's younger, he's faster. Hard to say. I think it's all relative, like depending on what if they get Julio Jones at a bargain because he loves Kyle, then do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Nick says, yo, G&J, appreciate your work, but Watson's bad news. Cola Bear from a liability and business aspect, trade Greenlaw, sign Warner, put around the kid, and dump Jimmy no throw. Yeah, it is interesting with Deshaun Watson. Like, if the Niners trade for him, not all fans will be happy. And there will be a lot of backlash from media, local and national. And if they win the Super Bowl, still some fans won't be happy. It's very interesting, right? It's almost, I don't know.
It is interesting because I remember talking about this last year and how important this was, and people at the time kind of laughed it off. But Trey Lance being as clean cut as he is, that's a big deal. Like being the face of a franchise is extremely important, and quarterbacks are usually that guy. And so for Trey Lance to be that guy, knowing how great he's been thus far, knowing his background, you never truly know these guys, but you feel pretty confident that he's going to keep his nose clean. Now, we did think that about Watson. I think it's fair to say that probably everybody thought the same thing about Watson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, things have gone differently. Whether he's guilty, not get none of that really applies because there is the court of public opinion, and that exists. And so the fact that he would be the face of the franchise and you'd be dumping a kid who can carry that torch in a positive manner, yeah, I think a lot of people would be upset.
Keith Murphy says Watson still got pay grant. They want some money, so he's definitely getting suspended. Yeah, I think most people expect that he might get suspended for 6 games.
Yeah.
Michael Jolly, thank you. Trey Niner says sucks. Jimmy cost us Tom and Watson and Stafford.
Yeah,
to a degree. And Chandler Jones and J.C. Jackson. It's just catching up on the stream. The disrespect to not mention lyrics born with other Asian rappers. Grant, stop the stream and give him a spin. Here's $10 to get you. I know who lyrics born is. I'm not really a big fan of lyrics born. Sorry, but respect. Thing about lyrics born is that I don't know if he's still making music, but I wanted to use that line from Zoolander. He makes it, and I respect that.
I respect that.
Do I listen to his music? I don't really listen to his music, but he makes it, and I respect that. Watson innocent until proven guilty, didn't even get indicted. That's what I'm saying.
For sure. But there is still the court of public opinion still matters. It really none of that is important. Okay.
True.
Because you look at Ben Roethlisberger, right?
Yep.
Some people love Ben Roethlisberger, but some people still play on his name in a not so nice way, right? Like this is the way that it is. And so once you get wrapped up in those things, guilty or not, people have opinions. And that does matter. It absolutely does matter when it comes to selling tickets and making money, which is ultimately what's important to these owners more so than it is to win games. I guarantee it.